Being Catholic means seeing God at work everywhere.
To be Catholic is to be part of a universal church. And so everything that we do is based on our belief that we are all made in the image and likeness of God.
Being a Catholic is walking into a dumpy church in the middle of nowhere at the end of the road and knowing that the man at the altar was ordained by a man who was ordained by a man all the way back to Jesus Christ, that you have a physical connection to God.
The church is literally on the mountainside. You can really feel that this sense of place matters, and the people are so hospitable and welcoming.
We have this connection with a real saint, particularly Mother Teresa. And when she came to Jenkins, she saw that this was one of the places that was the poorest of the poor in the United States. Mother used to kind of come quietly when she would visit the US, and she would teach Sunday school here to some of the kids in the morning.
So we have a piece of art here called Our Lady of the Mines, and it is a depiction of Mary with a small child, Jesus, and it's meant to be a protection for all of those who are connected to the coal industry.
We are here to preach to the poorest of the poor and to be Christ to them. And it's good to know that a saint agrees that this is where we need to be.
So the Catholic Diocese of Lexington is made up of 50 counties of eastern and central Kentucky. What is unique about us is we have an interesting blend of the bluegrass with its long horse and distillery tradition, basketball tradition, and then we've got eastern Kentucky with its own rich culture, but also its long experience of poverty and alienation, and trying to bring those together into one church. And you add to that mix our immigrant and refugee population, it's an interesting mixture called to be Catholic. That is, we're all supposed to be around the same table. We're all supposed to be sharing.
Ashland is the northeasternmost point in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. The current structure was rebuilt after a devastating fire. The only thing that survives from the previous church is the charred crucifix, and it says, "You are my feet, you are my hands." There are no hands on that crucifix. There are no feet on that crucifix. A powerful reminder of this community rising from the ashes.
The word church means not just a building, it means the people that gather in that building. When you drive past a church or walk past a church, you think of God for that moment. But we're only fulfilling our mission if they walk past you and think of God. And when we're generous, when we're serving others, that's when we are most the church.
The Catholic Church here is known for its generosity. This is truly kind of a mission parish. It covers over 1,000 square miles, the parish boundaries. What we're doing here in the mountains is what we're doing in Lexington, and it's working with people both through charitable acts and through our liturgies and the sacraments to really help unite people. And so by supporting the annual appeal, it helps not only your parish, but it helps all of the parishes flourish.
And so when people come in because they're seeking help in a material way, they really find out that their real needs are deeper than that. Their spiritual needs. They need to be listened to. They need to be prayed with. They need to be offered possibilities for hope. Charity is a word for love in the scriptures. And so any charity that we offer is an expression of love, that we're called to be brothers and sisters.
Our parishes are seeing the gaps and doing everything they can with the help of God and with the help of generous Catholics from across the diocese to fill those needs and be the hands, the feet, the body of Jesus Christ.
So our primary function, of course, is liturgical. It's leading people in worship to worship the presence of God. But from our worship, we want to put that into practice. And so we have a variety of services, from training our young kids and passing on the faith, adult education programs. We have outreach programs in all of our Eastern Kentucky parishes that try to make an impact in the community where they're located.
The Catholic Church has always been kind of on the forefront of social justice issues, and Jenkins is a particularly interesting place because of where we shared the same side of segregation. So it was Catholics and black children were the only ones allowed to play with each other.
As a church, we're called to be there for the immigrant, for the poor, for the sick. This is sort of in the original charter that Jesus gave us, if you will. And our Hispanic population has faced a number of challenges.
My husband and I started volunteering in this program. The Hispanic community is lacking so many areas in their faith.
I come from an atheist background, so I've been able to grow little by little. I want to go more in depth, and these courses are the best way to do it.
We always wanted to help the community and give back from all the good things that we have received. And I feel like if we all do something, we can also have a better community, a better society.
What we have in Eastern Kentucky and in the Diocese of Lexington is a sort of beautiful tapestry of different cultures, different population groups who have different needs, really, and who bring different voices to the table.
So your gift to the annual appeal for the Catholic Diocese of Lexington might be providing a meal for an elderly person down in Harlan County. It might be providing catechesis for kids who come from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Your contribution might be supporting a future priest in his training to serve the people of God. It might be supporting our retired priests who have served for so long. It might be helping somebody to bridge the gap when they can't make their rent payment after being out of work because of the pandemic. So there's lots of ways that your contributions help build up the local church, and all of it's important.
In supporting the diocese, you are helping one of the underserved populations of our nation.
And just to realize that even like your widow's mite, your 2 pennies, that generosity really does matter.
Our resources come from you. You are the church, and what we're able to do depends on what you're able to give. I'm just impressed with what our small communities are able to do with very little resources, but having an impact much larger than themselves. You should be proud of what we're able to do because you make it happen.
From the head of the hollers in eastern Kentucky to the sidewalks and pavement of Lexington, from the Mountain Parkway all the way down to I-75, we are a diverse diocese. We can share that diversity as an example of a diverse, active, faithful local church.
Thank you for your donation to the annual appeal.
Thank you so much for your generosity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias por toda su ayuda.
Thank you for helping us build up the body of Christ.